Hi, I'm Nick,
Hi, I'm David.
and we thank you for your time and allowing us to meet with the finance and sales team to discuss a future POS system for the business.
Before I begin to explain the application of Square, I would like to explain the role of finance within our business. As the finance team, our job is to acquire funds, manage funds, and plan for the expenditure of funds. This means that we are trying to make it as efficient as possible, and we believe that Square will do this job. The POS system Square provides is one that allows us to expand our forms of financial exchange. Currently, our only form of financial exchange is cards. However, after we change to Square, we can now accept cash, check, or hands-free payments such as Google Pay or Apple. Our legal responsibility will be to print receipts to show that the financial exchange has occurred. This would mean that the customer has gotten the product in exchange for the payment that we exchange for payment.
Um, yeah, and when wanting to make a responsible financial decision for the business, which is our job, Square is a cost-efficient idea. Square requires no out-of-pocket expenses, but they do charge a 2.6% processing fee, along with 10 cents above that. So you're going to be charged 2.6% of whatever the transaction was. So it's only coming from the profit and not out of your pocket. And this 2.6% includes a sales tax and will cost substantially less than other POS systems, such as Revel systems. Unlike the efficient and cheaper Square, other companies like Revel require up to a 3-year contract with the business, and over those 3 years, the price can add to over $4,000. And with Revel, they make you take all the products, which obviously adds up to the 4,000. But Square allows firms to selectively purchase products based on the firm's needs, whether it's a small or large business.
So this is a general graph showing the cost of Revel compared to Square. Revel is a huge comparator to Square in the POS system industry. And if you look at the cost, Revel's initial cost is $600 compared to Square, which is $400. The $600 is mandatory, while Square's $400 is not even mandatory at all. But we believe that investing in that 400 will allow us to go through the trade show a lot more smoothly. If you can see, the trade show ends at this dotted line. At that dotted line, when the sales end, the cost of Square does not go up because it only comes from our profits. However, Revel's monthly contract makes us pay more when we're not even using the product.
Yeah, and uh, accounts can also be made for free, and they can add multiple features like payroll, e-commerce support, and yet some of those features can cost up to additional upfront fees, but this is much more selective towards different business types. And as a business owner, you're able to purchase as much Square licensed product as you need for your business. And I think a good piece of hardware for the business would be the Square's terminal system here. So in this terminal system, you can insert cards with chips, swipe cards, and NFC card reading, which requires hand-free. That also includes Apple and Google Pay. And for the legal part of it, you're able to print receipts through this. So it's all in one handheld machine, and all data that's going through the POS system goes through this. So any transactions here will automatically go to the POS system streamlessly.
Using the information from that day sale from the POS system that Nick just discussed, we can analyze the trends to determine what products are selling better than others. This would mean that we could probably bring more stock of that product to the next trade show or even promote it to more people in our website. This allows us to open a lot of doors, and we believe that having that trend analysis system within that POS system allows us to kill two birds with one stone.
And when discussing factors of buying behavior with Square, Square accepts, like I said, almost all payment types, forms of exchange, including those Apple and Google Pays, which are now becoming more popular. So if someone doesn't have their card, they can just use their phone, which opens up a door to more customers compared to cash or even no transactions at all at the trade show. And also, you're able to secure customer data within the system, and this allows for faster checkout when the customers return. So this will be much easier for customers to like the business and feel better about it.
The next thing we would like to discuss is the factors that affect business risk. Consumer preference, demand, and sales volume are all things that might pose a risk to the trade show. However, Square's diverse POS system allows customers with different types of payment methods to purchase our products. The system even allows customers to split costs between cards, thus allowing our product to be sold to even more customers and allows us to reach more customers who have different types of payment. Another problem that or risk that we are ready to face is competition. Other competitors have had POS systems for a while. They are aware of what it's capable of, and they all know how to use it. However, since we're just using it, it's only natural that they have a small advantage over us. But as of next year, we will be fine. Some other risks include losing valuable client information, but the Square's POS system has the memory system which allows customers who are returning to be recognized, maybe even given discounts.
Yeah, so a big thing would be data security, especially with customers, because this is an online POS system and transactions are going to the web, which is much less secure. But Square offers 24/7 support with any issues with Square, and also it's able to monitor payments for suspicious activity through clients and business. And something like the terminal and other POS hardware is encrypted to prevent any hacking through the POS software. And also, for all the accounts through Square, there's a two-step verification process and also like employee permissions and other systems set up to make the online part more safe and to keep the businesses and clients' data safe within the POS system.
Some advantages of using Square include, as we discussed, almost all types of payments are accepted using the terminal. Small processing fee compared to other POS systems like Rebel, which is egregiously expensive, and the 24/7 through hardware and security. So this would mean that the company Square would be watching over our client details, our business details throughout the day, checking if everything is correct. Also, another important fact that we did not talk about is that it tracks stock and supply. Being aware of how much stock we have of each product allows us to efficiently direct the customer to other products or directly to sell the product itself. Having that feature allows us to focus more on selling the products as the people instead of counting how many products we have left. Other features such as payroll and e-commerce support are really important to our business. Some disadvantages include teaching the staff how to use the new software and learning it first. Again, like the other risk, this is a small temporary disadvantage, but after this first year, we should be fine. Switching over the data from the online store to Square, if the business chooses to do so. So this would mean that the transition of moving all that information that we've already gathered from the website to Square would be a pain, but after a while, after transitioning all the information, having all the information locked into Square, we would be fine, and it would even draw analysis of what the information we have already.
Yeah, so when talking about like customer influence, Square's hardware and their software running through the e-commerce and through our trade show allows transactions to run really smooth without errors. The system, like David said, will be it can be aware of stocks and products to allow a salesman to efficiently communicate with customers. And this can be even used through a cell phone of the salesman, which obviously shows how seamless this is through all types of software. Also, customer information will be kept on the system, like we talked about, and it'll be really easy to recognize customers, remember their credit card information, all for a really easy checkout, fast, easy. Yeah. And then all online and offline transactions will run through the system. So this will allow us to thank our customers and recognize them. This is good for the customers because if they're recognized, they're more likely to be returned. And if it's a really fast, easy checkout, then they'll be more likely to use or buy from the business in future times.
Overall, we believe that Square financially is the best decision because of all the features that it has already with all types of payments and its specialized software that tracks fraud or whatnot. The fact that it's also updating every once in a while, the fact that they're keeping consistent with the times and recognizing those new trends of issues is very important to our business because we want to keep up with the new to secure our data and clientele information.
Mm-hmm. So regarding all this talk about Square, I think we should try it out on the next trade show, and then 1 or 2 weeks later, we should come back and meet about Square, see if it went good or if it went bad, and maybe adjust to the situation. If one terminal wasn't enough, we buy more, or if um, if it wasn't good at all, then we just disregard Square. But I think Square will be really great for the trade show, and hopefully we'll be able to apply it to our online store. So thank you for meeting with us. Thank you for using your time to talk with us about Square. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.